Now the sound alerts support. Okay. Yay! Let's hope everything keeps working. Let's see. Let's see if Nightbot is working. Because that's a whole different question. Hopefully Nightbot will react in time at some point. Let me just prepare. And Nightbot is working. Let's see. There we go. Thank you, Streamlabs, for working with me. And hello, Sharky. We have cute Spoodle, and I can actually use my avatar again because it should handle it when I draw. Yeah. It's true. We lock this one, we lock this one. Okay. And then hopefully I will be able to draw properly even though I have my wrist supporter on, so I don't have a lot of movement in my actual wrist, but it'd probably be fine, probably. And if not, I would just swap to my bandages. This, let's see. Here. I'm gonna try and do this the easy way. And rotate it. And now I did that all to get it to be even. today I'm drawing the Spooder, or technically a tarantula, for a Lu, or Lugia. But it's not a bug. Well, kind of. It's a spider. Because I drew parts of this as a fun idea for Lu to have for his new merch idea, and he really liked it, and so I texted him like 3 days later because of anxiety and said that if he wants to, he could use it for his merch. And so he liked that idea and was too scared to ask himself. And now I'm drawing it in the file size it needs to be, because minimum was 5,000 by 5,000 pixels. So, and when mine original was 1080 pixels by 1080, it gets quite blurry. At least when I scale it up with my drawing programs, it gets a lot more blurry than it probably would be in Photoshop, to be fair. But I'm way too lazy to use money on Photoshop. Thank you for the hydrate. I have my lovely Capri Sun, because I'm running out of syrup. We do this, and then we do this. Yep. I would like to swap off of my wrist supporter because this is not working out. Ah, jeez. Stupid Velcro. Here we go. Now it should be easier. And I've also, for once, fixed my sound alert and the volume of my sound alerts. So now they're actually, I am able to hear them. Because I managed to forget that, oh hey, sound alerts have a volume on the website, but you can also change it in OBS. And I added potato. Because I had to add potato. So now everything is a lot nicer.
Die, potato.
And we will see if Lu will pop by the stream or not, because he is planning to stream today. But he also said he did want to try and drop by. So we'll see what happens. So now I've drawn even more spiders than just the one spider I've drawn beforehand. For my Inktober challenge last year? Yeah, something like that. Which reminds me, Sharky. I need to find more recipes to draw for this year's Inktober. Because I have not started on even thinking about that. Remember, you can look on my Instagram to see all the ones I've already done before. Because I will still, 2 of the numbers are reserved for my own creations. So I need to figure out which one of them I'm drawing this time. I'm thinking about one of them, but I would have to finish her design first. Whoops. This is still lining up correct. Not quite this phase. It will never be perfect. Let's see. Oh, that's not right. Why wanna? We can do. We can multitask. And we just. Because I would need a bunch. Let's see. That will be one, and this will be one of the 001s, since that has become a pattern of mine. And then, let's see.
Die, potato.
Yeah, I would need 28. Let's do it on this day. There we go. Because I do need one more of the 001s, because I've done the Gate Guardian, and I've done brain. Why do I forget his name? How dare I? There we go. The Scarlet King I've already done. There we go. So I've done these 201s. There we go. There's your guide hierarchy for which ones I can draw. we have a better lining brush for this stick lining. Let's see. Not really. This may be better. Let's try. And now come the trickiest part of drawing the spider, which is the lining. Is way more nicer than what I normally do, and a lot thicker than I would normally draw it. Especially by the fact that I started doing no line art on my art. Hey hero! Yes, we're doing art today. But not just any art, we're doing Moira. Wait. There we go. Moira. Such a cute spoodle. There's gonna be so much turning just to complete this. At least it's only one side that would be done with the beautiful part of symmetry tool. Control C will be my saving grace for these drawings, honestly. So how have everyone's day been so far? Has it been in pain because of school, Sharky? Because if so, then very fair. No, do we? That's also a fair reason for the day to be meh. For me, forget. Earlier today, while I'd work, it felt like literally everything was against me because nothing was going right. But then it started going better later in the day, at least. Especially when I started thinking more about this stream and what I could do. And obviously what snacks I would buy for my stream. Gotta have snacks. It is much thicker there. Why? Smoothie sliding. Welcome, gold. Oh no, don't do that. Thank you. Time for the marshmallow licks. no. Oh, good. Oh, why can't my hand be more steady? This is rude. Oh, gosh. It's just. Oh yeah, I have to update that pertaining. Damn it. Oh, I shouldn't sacrifice stream quality for downloading it. But it's DVD. How come you're losing your mind, Alex? But that. Well, Gold, I forget it because you know how people give advice but they will not follow it? I use that logic. Yeah. Modding Skyrim is a pain at times. Which is very fair. Honestly, currently I can't even open my Skyrim because it says it's missing things. And that's even after reinstalling the whole game. And no mods enabled yet. So my Skyrim is suffering. What happened to this? No. gonna have such a steady hand drawing this the first fucking time, but not today. for the last marshmallow leg. Welcome, Lou. Thank you for following. How's it going, Lou? Oh no. Now you can see how pixelated Moira would have been if we scaled it up. Wait. Let me show the proper one. This is what happens with low pixels. I'm good. Even though my wrist is hurting. But it's been hurting since I started working today. And the pain is not going away. But I still want to do this drawing, regardless. Let me, I forget what the English name for it is. Let me double check. Joint pain, there we go. That I have in my wrist. Either it's that, according to my doctor, which all he did was just to put pressure on my wrist and just like, does this hurt? Does this hurt? But I'm curious if it might actually be chronic pain in my wrist, because one of my brothers also had that. So, but if it does get too bad, I both have bandages and a cream that will actually help with the pain. I just don't want to wear it because it smells awful. But it works. Then again, it's also partially my fault for getting the joint pain, because I for years have been gaming and drawing with my wrists at the wrong angle because of my chair and my desk being wrong height. So. Oh, come on. Yeah. Like, my wrist would crack so easily. Hey, Zed! Yes, it is Spooder time. Look at the beautiful Spooder. This is one of the two Spooders. Because there's two of them and I like them both. So I'm drawing them both. Even though currently my symmetry thing is not quite accurate. But it's fine, I'm making a new accurate symmetry. Because that's totally how this works. And now for the egg eyebrows. Oh, God. It may look amazing too, but every single piece of the lining that's not even I don't like it. I have too much OCD for my lining to the point where most of my art I normally don't have lining anymore. But still, I like it. Good job, Alex, you got Skyrim working again. go. Egg. Oh no.
Hello, motherfucker.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Set, you got it wrong. It's not just the drawing that looks adorable. Moira looks adorable. Come on. If only I could get the lighting that I like. I only managed to capture her perfectly because of me looking at the images you posted of Moira. And the fact that I've been watching a YouTuber who has a lot of tarantulas. Oh god. I believe it's Exotic Lair that he's calling YouTube. Let's do it. Let's insert. There's so many. The blue OBT is so pretty. Tarantulas are so pretty. At least with all the colors they come in. I do not mind spiders. I have literally a random spider that has, like, it's just a normal house spider thing. He's just come into my room and he's living on top of my closet. And I've been waking up to see him in the corner by my closet every morning. Because he comes out looking for little flies to enter the room. He's not very happy when I wake up and turn on the lights. And besides, I have 2 friends now that have tarantulas, and one of them, he has 2 of them. He asked me if I wanted to hold one of them when I was over visiting one time. Mainly because the ones he have, they're pretty calm, because he keeps interacting with them at times. Though I didn't hold the spider mainly because I'm very ticklish and I didn't want to drop it by accident. Yeah, I could have held this by a tarantula I had, but I didn't. I'd rather not drop one of my friend's tarantulas by accident. That would not have been fun. And also the fact that during my visit with him there, he also had one of his pet birds were already outside of their cage, flying about. So, for the tarantula safety, we did not. No, I forgot something. Oh. I forgot to start my DVD download earlier today, and I don't want to risk stream quality for downloading it. Gotta have the like details. Hey, cool. We don't need to mention the fact that I reminded you, but not myself. We don't need to do that. There we go. There's Moira. And that's only one of the Moiras, because we're also doing this version. Because I love them both. Oh, they're so cute and fluffy. But before I start this one, I will get the bandages for my wrist because it's hurting. So I'll be right back. No, it's fine. Yeah, my avatar fucks up a bit when I move away. Because now it's stuck in this position. And facial expressions. There we go. Magic. Kind of. And it's fine, Lou. Even if I'm not drawing, my wrist just hurts just laying completely still currently. So the pain's not going to go away either. So I might as well do something fun. To try and not think of the pain. You found the magical ball. You must now ask for the wisdom of the ball. Here we go. That's better. Right, now I was to center this version of my room. close enough. You know, I made the tiniest art signature I made on this drawing. Just teeny tiny, right over there. Oh, the tiniest signature I ever made on any drawing. Oh yeah, this lining should be thicker than the other one. Yes. I think I did it on this one too. Maybe. Even if I did. Yeah, I did. Didn't even see. I love hiding them so much because I will know exactly where it is. So if someone tries to steal the art, I can show exactly where the art is or signature is hidden. Because at times, if you keep the signature outside here, people will just erase it and claim art as their own. So I hide it inside of the art, because then it's not as easy to just mimic or take away. The best way I found to protect my art. so many legs. The only thing I could think of earlier trying these legs is just 1 marshmallow, 2 marshmallow, 3 marshmallow. It's the only way I got the shape correct when I drew it the first time. Because they kind of look like marshmallows. Also, I see that Nightbot is not doing what it's supposed to be doing for me. Let's see. Oh. It's supposed to do that automatically. Freaking every, I think, half hour. And it never does it, because Nightbot will never work. At least not when I want Nightbot to work. And I don't get why Nightbot hates me. Well, technically it's not the middle of the day. It's late evening. How dare you say? It's fine, sit. Okay. No. Move on. I pay you back in the fact that I watch your videos for 4 years. That's my payback for now insulting you. Or that's how you get rewarded. Well, I believe Seth was the one who's already gotten allowed to insult people in my chat, since he already appeared randomly. Was it 2 or 3 in the morning? In my stream? I forget. Oh, no, I don't think we Thank you for the hydrate. doing good. At least with the bandages, my wrist is now hurting less than it was before. What do you think? How are you doing? Yeah, at this point I can only use my model when doing art and smaller programs that my PC won't die from having open, like the red alert. But you know, it's fine. I only almost killed my PC last stream. Now Nightbot is working. God damn it, Nightbot. Why do you always work after I've done that thing myself?
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Thank you, Azraven, for joining or following. Wow. I hope you will enjoy the chaos. Thank you for the subscription for 1 year. You are now the 3rd person that I subscribed. Thank you. I'm so not used to actually hearing my notifications properly at all. at some point I will make a drawing for, let's see, where is it? I will make the wonderful potet. Both the channel points as a normal potet. So it's not channel points, it's potatoes. That's how things function here in this stream. Potatoes. Why potatoes? I don't know, but potatoes. It all started with me just collecting potatoes in every game I'm allowed to collect potatoes in. And it has not stopped. The irony is, I don't like potatoes that much. They're okay, now and then. I just love collecting potatoes for some reason. And I'm not Irish, but I'm Norwegian, so we still have potatoes. And there's Moira. At least aligning them on both of the versions. Hey, Seth, you can't force people out of my chat. You can bully them, but you can't force them out of my chat. Oh, Gold, you're not Irish either. But Lou, now comes the question, which Moira is superior? Oh, that's the wrong thing. Let me bring this up more. The more realistic spoon or the floofy? Thank you though for following. You have to choose only for the torture of it. Give me my palette. How did I add to this thing again?
Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
Floof.
Hello? Is it me you're
Oh,
looking for?
thank you, Dragon Tamer. And Crabba. Thank you. We have beautiful Moiras. And for some reason, how did I add colors to my... this is how I added colors to my palette. Okay. I barely ever use this drawing palette, so that's fun. I don't need to get the shading color. Yes. That spec I need. That's not pure white, so we do this. Everyone has come for Moira. Well, Lou did give me the idea of drawing Moira, so it's his fault that Moira became art that I ended up doing. But it's amazing, so it's okay. I just fix her eye. Here we go. Stand there. Yeah, my mic is, or my phone is resting on part of the mic stand. And I have kept getting an unknown number calling me. Cause it's like a random like, oh hey, do you wanna have interview on phone? And I don't wanna. Cause I know exactly what it's for, but I don't wanna have an interview. I almost ended up late for a work shift because I didn't answer the phone because it was unknown number. But it was my colleague calling. Because I never answer them. I will Google the number, stare at it, and still not answer it. Because I've had such an issue with so many scammers calling my specific number that I'm like, nah, how about no? And this is like the third time they called this week, and we're barely begun the week. I practically never is expecting a phone call, so I'm pretty safe on that. Either it's a number for someone I know, or it's unknown stuff that I will never answer. Fair enough. I just have one of my brothers keep complaining that I supposedly never pick up, but the times I don't pick up, I'm literally at work. Meaning, I will not pick up my phone. Have fun lurking. That's too small. There we go. Magic trick. I don't have to do the other side. Ah. now comes the fun part. Let's do this one first. And this. Yeah. The autumn spider. And also the tiny detail that will not be seen much after the shooting is that this is brighter. Because Moira's legs are brighter closest to her body. The tiniest of details that get eliminated by shooting. Oh no, not that eraser, I want this. Coloring part is the more fun part, I think. And surprisingly, I only used like around an hour for the lining of both of the Moira drawings, which is record time, honestly. Let me show one drawing. I drew it for a friend as concept art for their project they have on Minecraft, and it took me 8 hours of sketching and lining and 4 hours of sketching, lining, and 4 hours on coloring it. Because if it loads, this took me 8 hours in total. And I only remember it because I started drawing it at midnight until 4 in the morning, 2 nights in a row. Some shading messes up a drawing at times. It was so fun messing with the lighting of this. I still see now how I could do the background a lot better than I at least compared to the detail of DMTF soldiers. But I still like it. That is unfortunately not set. That is my best version, the human version of my guard skin. I do not lie. I do pretty much all of my art on this program, which is Viral Packer, because it's free. And I'm way too lazy to pay for Photoshop. And I've tried drawing in Photoshop. I do not enjoy drawing through Photoshop. I don't get how people do it. Oh, should have set. Okay, then my PC has to suffer loading that beefy drawing again. There we go, set. There we go, here are you. Apparently, this is the new set. Zoom. There we go. Ironically, it does, even though this drawing I drew a few years ago. Hey Spakari, has you come to say hello to Moira drawings too? Everyone's here for Moira. It's okay, all you need to do is just put Moira in your stream and you'll attract Spakari. And then we will do the magical trick of copy and boop, we have all leg strips. Boop. And Moira is the true one who watches over the stream. Here we go. Intense zoom on Moira's eyes. Well, I fixed your eyes again, cause somehow I fucked it up the first time. Or second time. There we go. My OCD is fulfilled. That's not effective. That's no. There we go. There we go. Look into her void eyes. Moira is loose tarantula. There we go. There we go. I saved Moira. Zoom in. Gold, when have I not confused you? That is the true question here. Here we go, now she has the correct eyes. Boop. Moira's so cute. But we cannot forget about the eye sparkles. There we go. And for the magical lacy shading, that is also very effective with this style of Simply. Wait, I forgot where I had my shadows. Give me back. There. Oh, come on. Why must my drawing program fight me now? Oh, it won't let me go back. Damn it. Okay, that's how you almost get your drawing program to crash. Oops. There we go. And this. I don't need to make this easier again. Symmetry tool. Good, I guess. Welcome back, Sharky. In a second. I will just finish this little lake. Oh. Let's see. Moira's an extra fluffy bee with more legs. Yes. Yep. no, I keep forgetting the symmetry tool doesn't like these things. Oh dear. You. I don't know how shading functions on the blush, but it functions in my drawing. Yes. Unfortunately, if you had a lot of Hollow Knight comments, I would get none of them. I've barely seen gameplay and I have not played it. And that's version 2 of Moira, which is the more shaded, detailed one. Yeah. I do like the style of Hollow Knight. Looks pretty. I don't need that anymore.
Die, potato.
Would let me without it. No, it still doesn't cover the edges properly. It's one of my pet peeves with this damn program is that no matter how many times it says it selected a whole area and colored it, it has not. And I gotta redo every edge. It may just be small pixels that are not showing, but I know they're there, and I must get rid of them. And now we come to my army of layers just to do this. kitty! The drawing of the Moira is going good. It's just a long process of filling everything in. Because we've already finished one Moira, which is this one. The more fluffy chibi one. Thank you. Oh, that's the wrong way. I should start marking these so I know what's what. Sure, these are fluffy bits. Yes. There you go. And now we're back to the marshmallow legs. Hi, Onion! Spoiler!
Hello,
Thanks, Onion, for following.
looking for.
Thank you. I have tried making so many versions of this model that I'm happy with. There's still details I want to add. Look at this giant sweater. I've had too many versions of this avatar. And it doesn't help that I keep changing my hairstyle, so I have to keep changing the avatar. It's gone for a few renditions. I have not explained it so far yet, no. But I'm having a drawing tablet, which technically now is getting very old, because part of the tip of the pen has actually melted. So it has a bit of a flat end at times. And technically I have a replacement pen, but that pen doesn't work for this specific tablet. So that's fun. I have Wacom Bamboo currently. Thanks, Onion. If you mean the red one as in the Scarlet King. Wait, it loads. There we go. I love this meme. I think, I forget how long I spent on this. But pretty much, it was supposed to be posted exactly on the 31st. But I think I used 2 extra days on him or something. I love him so much. Especially this version of him. It's so fun. Don't say it's he. Which I'm already started planning out the ones I'm gonna draw in October for this year, partially. At least 3 of them, or 2.5, I know. I won't deny commissions. I'm just horrible at putting a price to my own art. Cause so far I've only done 2 proper commissions. And even then the pricing wasn't completely accurate. Mainly because my brother tipped someone off. They're like, hey, my sister makes art. So I got a tip when they paid. Because my brother decided to be an asshole and do it. Personally. So I haven't made an actual post about doing commissions yet. And Kitty, don't worry, if you wanna ask questions, you can ask away. It's coming. We don't behave here, that's not how that works. We welcome the chaos. But it also slightly depends on what to draw. Because drawing guys, I'm not the best at. I will admit. The proudest piece of drawing a guy that I have is drawing Set and Lou. That's the proudest I've been of drawing males. And once again, that drawing is all because of Set. Because he mentioned it would be cool to have art of the PP paper. But think of this set, there's more than 1 page. You needed more paper because there's too many PP words. I literally went back to the VOD and looked at that section to get every word I could find and I could fit on the page. Just for this drawing. Even though my writing isn't the best, with the pen I used, because it fades. Said I heard it twice and I had to write it down. Knob. Thank you, Kitty, for the follow. Oh, is that not fully filled or is that my screen? No. Oh, there we go. does not conclude drawing, but we need these ones. I still need to actually remember to post more on my Instagram though. I haven't posted since the one of the emotes I made. There we go. Oh. Here. Wait. Brushes, come back. There you go. No. Stop it. There. Would you stop? Oh. There we go. Bye again. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And now comes the interesting part of figuring out which tools to use for the shading of this one. Let's do... Don't be so sure about that. I have played Gartic Phone once. And even when I did play it that time, I was forced to play it. Oh, my brush is barely doing anything. We played Gartic Phone once at school, and I was allowed to use my drawing tablet so I can draw, but the guessing, that's where I suffer. Yeah, I'll probably end up finishing the drawing today. Probably. So hopefully, the question is, before you go, does that have to be a specific file size? Is there a maximum? Because my program has a slight tendency of making things a bit too big of files. And there may not be a rush on the drawing, but I draw fast. By the fact that I draw for 8 hours in a row without even having a break. could fix that, yeah. Should be pretty easy to fix to get it to RFL. And if I struggle, I'll just force my brother to help me. Is that? Good question. I can't directly export it like it, but I can save it as that file type. So that should be easy to fix then. Wow. I love when I can have brushes that does half the shading work for me. It's shading, but it gives so much texture without effort. Oh. Let's do. there's also this Moira that's now updated and says it's so fun to draw spiders, honestly. Let me fix the... Oh. There. Thank you. This is normally not the style that I would use most of the time, but I really like how these came out, despite that fact. No, don't retire your artwork. The only power I have in this art piece, I'm using one thing as my shading currently. And it's only the magic of multiply layers. That for so long, I didn't know how to even do multiply layers to be able to do this shading, yet it was this simple all along. Yeah. It also has some thought that I've been swapping through art programs in the beginning of doing art on PC, because I could never find correctly the right one. I had for a while Pen Toolside that I used as a free trial, and then I didn't want to pay, so I just didn't, and I had to find a new one, where I came across this program, which is, I think, amazing for being free. This is only the power of this cloud brush. Like, it's meant for clouds, but shading. That's too big clouds though. Like, some of my not so finest shadings also exist in this world, somewhere in my endless files. You currently can't see. Not in that file. I used so many different brushes to shade and make things, because technically I have a blood folder, but let's see. This brush, it's nice for adding details with the hair of actual like either hair strands or highlights in the hair, but it's meant for blood. I do not use any of the brushes for their intended purpose. Except my chain brushes. That's like the only thing. I am currently using Fire Alpaca to draw, which is one nice benefit this gives is that if the PC or program ever crashes, it will automatically have saved all your prior work if you haven't saved in a while. So I don't even have to worry about saving, because it will automatically just, this is where you are, you just have to mark all of that layer you want to keep working on. Yes. Shading and texture all in one go. Yeah, and if you go down to, not the folder, this one, you can add brushes. You can either add your own bitmap or script, or you can look in the own brush store for Fire Alpaca. So you can just find free brushes online and make your own and add it whenever you want. Or you can also just edit these brushes with so many different things you can do for the specific ones. And then you have some of the stupid random brushes the game gives you, or not the program, is the Fire Alpaca brushes. It's just alpaca, pure alpaca, and more alpacas. It's just alpaca. Like, I never find a use for them, but they exist. It's the same as, you want to make it super easy? Ta-da! I love having sneaky ways of doing things, like frills for clothing, just boop. Because there's just all of these brushes that are pretty much lined here, you can get all of it free. Every single brush that I use. So it's about over 40 brushes that I have, and there's still more you can get. Well, they make more brushes for Procreate and Photoshop than they do for Fire Alpaca, but you can still just use our normal little PNG file, because all the brushes really are just small little files of this. This is a brush. Because as long as you just have this as your size, you can get this. And it's amazing. Yeah. Because all I usually do is just going online and just searching for brushes for art programs. If I don't find what I want in the thing that Fire Alpaca already has. And if not, I just at times just edit the ones that exist. And I just remember one of the things I can show you how sometimes my shadings are, because I just remembered what character that is on. Cause I did it unless I deleted the. Oh no, I even deleted the layers because I hated the shading I did for her in the beginning. So bad. Because this also, I have one old drawing. I don't know what I was doing with this drawing. And I will never be able to resurrect this character. And that is my job, because I drew it for someone a few years ago. And now I hate it. Like, his eyes aren't even properly aligned. I did not do him justice. The longest, that's a good question. Because I usually, on most art, I use a lot of time on drawing them. Because one example is this drawing that I showed earlier in the comments that this looks like set. As I used 8 hours on drawing this. And it was pretty much 4 on sketching and lining and 4 on shading on this. But I'm pretty sure I've spent longer than that on drawings. Let's see if I can find one good example of that. Wait, I know. In this drawing, this is technically like 2 years old of a drawing, I think. Because you also have, if I can find the most details I put in a drawing for texture would be this fucking thing. Because it may not look too detailed now, but then you see every single line made by hand for the muscles on the whole body. On both of them. And they're still not finished. They're just dogs. They're very muscly dogs that lost their skin at some point in time. And the fur. What's most interesting with this specific creature thing is this is the original sketch drawing I did. Because this is what I saw in a dream. And I decided, let's draw it. And I still haven't bothered finishing this drawing either. So this is the chaos that you'll encounter. He's just a dog with a few issues of possibly eating people. Hey Seb, and thank you for the hydrate. You're just feeling okay. But I think some of the drawings I've spent the most time on is one that it doesn't. Maybe it's in the other art photo. I have art folders all over my PC. No. Where could that drawing be? Oh yeah, this could be one of the drawings I used the longest on. Literally, as like the beginning of one of the classes I had back in school, I started drawing this and sketching it. and I finished when they were closing the school. And like, I was having a very bad day to the point where my teacher tried to approach me and said I had to do the actual work, and I did not respond at all, and he was just like, okay, I leave you alone. And this is what happened. I don't even know fully what this is. I just know I like them. Because, I have one drawing that's not on this PC, it seems, that I don't even remember how long I used in a drawing. I just know I used a long time on it. But I don't think Twitch will be too happy showing it, because it's very gory, and technically showing possible self-harm. So I won't show it. But also one of the other pieces I used so much time on to get it right is this drawing. Even though my writing is still not perfect, I still like how it came out. I sat for hours trying to draw this without having a mental breakdown. And I had to take breaks in between it to finish it. But I managed to finish it. And I just found another drawing. One of my favorite things to draw has become wings. And technically, these wings are sketch. They're not even properly lined on this drawing. All because this one character, it has made me draw wings so much better over the years. This character has just improved my wings. All feathers just casually drawn by hand because, yes, I could have gotten a feather brush for it, but no. Because my beginning of drawing on PC is this horrible thing. The background I just found online and put it on there in the beginning. It's so big. But it's progress. Because those wings turned into these wings. I draw with a pen with my lovely drawing tablet. Drawing on computer mouse is not happening. Cause my wings just... This is still not finished, and I think I started this 2 years ago? Maybe? Drawing or learning to draw well enough that you like it yourself takes so long, and I still haven't gotten there. There's just certain drawings I'm more proud of than others. And I'm horrible at naming my files things. I still have drawings that I drawn by hand, where one of my drawings, all I literally have on that drawing, thanks for following, alert. Uh, all I have is I have the torso, and that is it. And I think maybe parts of the head, and I never ever dared draw beyond that because I was so happy with the side angle that it's at. And then I started looking at it now later in years, I'm like, nah, that doesn't make sense. So now I hate it again. Thanks, Eric. Hope you have a nice rest of your day. Yeah. I've started to pretty much just send myself my own art. And then drawing them onto PC to save them there. Because I have drawing books in my gaming room, my bedroom, currently in the living room, and in the attic, and my dad's house. I have art so many places because I have so many art books. They're just everywhere, and I don't have space for all my art books anymore. And some of my art books, they're literally back cover and front cover. They're not even there because they've fallen off over the years. So I wanted to at least be able to keep my art from completely getting destroyed. Thanks. Go back to where you're supposed to be. There we go. And I'm very bad at using a lot of layers when it comes to drawing. I use so many. But we get a ghost version of Moira by doing this. Maybe draw the floof on the correct layer would be a good idea. And now comes the shading of the legs, or technically the coloring. Now to figure out what brush to use for that, because let's see. tree back. Where should he? Thank you. This is the one thing I hate. Having to move these. Let's see. There. No, that's too even those. These ones. Maybe. No. Just drawing this, or generally drawing, makes me pretty much miss myself. But the fact that I will draw and not realizing what time it is at all until it gets pointed out. Like the original 2 drawings that I have of these Moiras, it was suddenly like 2, 3 in the morning when I finished them, and I had to wake up at 6 to go to work. So, not the most clever thing I do. But I still like doing it. Was it the watercolor? It was the watercolor. Put that. Which is why technically Lou told me not to have to rush this drawing, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna finish it after this. But the fact that all I really need is to add her little colorful legs. And then put it in the right file type and the other's done. Which is probably a bad habit of literally sitting until late in the night to finish our drawing, but you know, it's a nice process to do, so it's fine. It's probably fine. Probably. so much texture. I love it. And the tiniest piece of signature is placed in their hidden locations. Evidence that it's mine, but small enough that it won't disturb the drawing. See this. I still love this just very simple chibi version of Moira. If she fits, she sits. I'm quickly gonna go annoy Lou and show him the drawings. Because I am now very much legally allowed to do so. And the files are 6.8. They're not even 69. How dare I? Let's see. How? Oh, one of them is 612. Hopefully the file size won't be too bad of an issue. Hopefully. I know my back hurts from sitting pretty much in the same position for yeah, 3 hours or so. Wait, there's one last detail I didn't add. How dare I? Give me this one quickly. We need the lovely iceberg. Oh, there we go. Oh. Yeah. My back hurts most when I've been drawing for long periods of time. Even though other times at my job I sit for 7.5 hours mostly in the cashier doing the same motion over and over again, which is not good for my back. It couldn't be good for my back. But that is the wonderful Moira is complete. Now it's only getting transparent versions in the correct file type that Lou needs them to be. Let's see. And now I can reminisce over the first ever spider I properly drew before I started been drawing Moira. The shading was quicker and easier, just because it was Inktober. But it was just a little jumping spider. And I love him. Even though it's extra deadly because it's an SCP, but you know. You're just a little guy. Just need to be a little guy. But that technically concludes what the stream title says I'm supposed to be doing. Technically. Yes. But we don't need to end stream yet, do we? Also, the secrets behind the eyes. All eyes. And this little thing. The magic of just placing it slowly and have it fade out. Good for just being a pencil brush. It just makes the job easier. But then you have oops, this madness that I still haven't drawn on PC yet. Which I have to at some point. Which I technically is mostly the same wings over and over again. But he has so many wings. Cause the stupid character I could choose from several wings. One of the, like, he has up to 12 wings. When I looked at it to draw him, and I was like, no, I'm not drawing 12 wings. No, thank you. Yeah. He's supposed to be glowing, but it was drawn or colored by hand, but drawn on PC. But I still love him. Because originally, he is the Gate Guardian. Which I want to find a proper photo of him. Because I didn't bother drawing. Technically, he does have armor. But I did not feel like drawing it. Which is a good representation of him and his armor. Well, it actually depends. Some people draw him without armor and some do with armor. But he is just big and glowing Because this guy will literally, he will smite you if you get too close in his, the gate that he is guarding. Let's see. Big, why is it always off screen? And on this side. There we go. It looks straight out from a freaking anime of this guy. Just a big fellow. I forget how tall he is originally. I even, because of the jumping spider I have made this for my posts on Instagram, because I have one friend who's afraid of spiders. So I wanted to make sure that she didn't suddenly get a spider in her face when she didn't want to. So at least I already have that ready to use for drawing Moira, so I won't scare her by accident. Which also reminds me, I have to get this beautiful potato into a different size. Because this fucking sparkly potato will be the channel points. Except I might take away the crown, so we only have the emote with the crown. If I can find where I changed it again, because I don't remember. Yes, the beautiful potato. That's not it. That's the one I wanted to click. That's also not the one I wanted to click. Why can I suddenly not find it? Twitch, why are you being so difficult? Oh, it's only giving me the dashboard for managing my stream, and I want that. Oh, no, holy potato then. Though there's one thing I want, because technically I have this lurk emote, but I want to add that same detail to this cat. But it's so difficult for me to actually do it properly. Unfortunately. So this is where I can come in and ask for help. So just one a loafing cat in more detail, but I can't draw her myself like this. It would be if I could not cry while trying it. Because even just drawing this drawing, even it's so simple, it made me cry because this is my cat, or technically was my cat, because she passed away literally a few days after Christmas Day, because it was too cold outside and she was so old as well, so the cold took her and she couldn't get home either. Yeah, my mom just looked out the window one day because the cat, like, she didn't come inside like she normally would, and when the snow finally started melting, you could finally see her laying there, because they were just like, oh, that's a lump of snow that won't go away. No, it was my cat, unfortunately. But at least she's not in pain anymore, and that's the important part. I should have proper photos of her. There we go. My very old lady. I think she ended up being 12 to 13 years old in human years. She's so precious. And the other emote is my current cat. Because this is my cat Lily, this is the first day I ever had her in the house, and she was so comfortable so quickly. Oh yeah, and here's literally the reference photo of a horrible zoomed in camera on my phone for the emote. And she is so chaotic. Compared to how Seth plays Stray, she has knocked down my tall speaker 2 times, almost breaking it. And she has been biting like a fairy statue I have. She's so chaotic. She's cute and precious, but god damn it if she destroys whatever she can. And the favorite part of when she was little, I got her in a basket. It's just a small little basket that she fit in. And it's so funny how I have this cat currently. Because the apartment, technically, we weren't allowed to have pets in the apartment. So we didn't for a long time. And then I found a cat that started wandering outside the apartment that someone had most likely moved away from without taking their cat. And so I started caring for it. And also one of the neighbors did by feeding it. And I noticed one day that on its paw, it was managed to get an injury between its little toes. Like, in between the middle toes. And unfortunately, because the neighbor also got involved with that cat and got annoyed that the cat was wandering around even though he was super friendly. Like, he didn't even try to bite or attack. unless when I tried to look at his wound. So they took the cat and checked if the injury, and apparently it was cancer, which would have costed 30,000 Norwegian kroners. I figured how much that is. So it would have literally costed 2,800 something dollars just to properly check if it was cancer, not even the treatment for the cancer in the foot, which is so expensive, and I don't get why they make it so expensive. So without me knowing, for weeks they had put the cat down for its own care of being able to not be in pain, and since the owners didn't come to get him, because we tried posting everywhere and pictures and asking for the owner, but no one came. And my mom saw how sad it made me, so she's like, "Nah, fuck it. We're getting a cat, and if the landlord hates it, we would literally move just so that I could have a cat." Because my mental health gets so much better having a pet in the house. And because of me and my brother working so much, we don't have the time to have a puppy or a dog because we're working so much normally. So it wouldn't be fair on the dog, which is why I rather keep cats currently, because they take care of themselves a lot easier than a dog would. And for 3 months, I kept the cat hidden for 3 months. And then the cat decided to be so clever and chew the internet cable. Because that was so interesting and fun to do. And the landlord had to come in to fix it, because he's the one who's paying to fix it and stuff. And I'm literally sitting in my mom's like proper comfy chair, blankets over me, and having a practically completely white cat on my lap, just petting it like an even villain, just watching him fix the cable. I didn't say a word, the landlord didn't say a word, and we still live in the apartment, and he still hasn't said a word about me having a cat. So I won the war of being able to have a cat. Because if he had tried, we had several comebacks, because the neighbor has a cat, the neighbor before us had a cat, and the neighbor before that again also had a cat. So he wouldn't be able to fight the fact that why couldn't I have a cat if the current neighbor has a cat. Just such a fun moment, just sitting there petting my cat, just like, yes, fix the internet cable that my little demon did, yes. And now my cat, she has her own space in one of the drawers in our apartment. That's her cat. That's her snacks. that's much privilege this cat gets, and she knows. Whenever I open that drawer, she's like, snacks. Cause she's just like, yeah, that's where my snacks are. Yay. Cats are just chaotic. A dog stroller, amazing. I got to borrow a backpack that is see-through with holes for you to carry cats in. So I had to carry her in that while taking her to the vet one day. She was not pleased. It was not a good time. She did not enjoy it. She was just like, nah. She kept meowing so much out of distress that I had to take so many breaks on our walk, just to make sure that she wasn't getting too stressed. It got to the point where, because the vet is technically close by, it's like a walking distance, but on the way home I took the bus like 2 stops just for her to be less stressed. Because she already had to encounter a dog at the vet, and she despises anything that's not. Yeah, it's just anything. Other cats she fight. Other like dogs she will hiss at instantly. Like even the neighbor's cat, who's just old and friendly, her being 8 weeks old, or I think 9 or 10 at that point, came over and was like, "No, I will be the leader. I am a child, but I will be the leader." And he just went, "Okay." So anything that doesn't obey to her, she's like, "Nah." She just also despises dogs because she doesn't encounter them a lot. But at some point, I have to get a cat that will accept a dog. Because I want dogs and I want cat. I want too many animals. Because there's a part of me that really wants to have a hognose snake. But I don't even know if I'm legally allowed to keep them. But they're so sassy. Yet they don't hurt me. They're just overly sassy for no reason. And I love it. Oh yes. It would even help because I have a friend. He already has snakes, so if I need advice, I could just call him and just be like, "Hey, you know snakes. Help me. Where do I buy things?" Since stores where I see other people buy from things for snakes or other more exotic pets, we don't have that here. Because Norway just has to be boring and it just not have everything. Also, would you like to see the process of the different models I have had of this avatar? Because she's gone through a few transitions out of nowhere until I was finally at least more decently happy with her. Because the only thing this avatar really is missing is the tattoos that she's supposed to be having. Because let's see. Because this is her original version that I made for her in the beginning while first learning the program, which is just very simple because I just changed the colors on her outfit. Buns. Wait, can I? No, that's the wrong one. There we go. It's just very simple. Because that's when I first started learning words. And then I scale it up to this one when they've actually updated with more assets and stuff. So the hair texture I found from someone online that were giving it for free. As long as you don't like resell it and stuff. I forget their name currently. But I like the more techwear stuff they added, which is so fun. Even though the textures do fuck up quite a bit. and go through each other, because I think with the other where is it? This version, I made it worse in the back, but you don't see it because parts of her arms are missing because I took off her sweater, and the back of her arms are also missing. And the textures are just there. So just taking off layers doesn't work well with viewers. I learned very quickly. But it's fine because you never see the back of the avatar on here. And then I have, like, I just have several avatars because I can't decide. Because this one I usually have when I play Minecraft, which is so good because this is her original little version of an Enderling that I had. Then I started changing after some server problems things, and this is the first dress texture that I made. At least the top I changed myself, and it didn't fully line up where I wanted it to because it's supposed to be up here in the shoulder corner, but it's not. But it's fine. It still functions as a dress. And technically she has gotten even more updates that I haven't even started doing. For my little Enderling, which still doesn't have a name after like a year.
Die,
Potato! If I remember to pull this back, because her first drawing of her would be this, with her axe and her glaive, which I wanted to change the textures in Minecraft. I would own texture pack just to have the weapons, because I love it. And she just but then I got or this, no wait, this is the second design. This is her first design. Yeah. So it went from this to this, and then I was sick of that and decided, no, let's change it again. And she became this. Giving her a tail, and I'm planning on giving her pointy ears. And now she has several outfits. Because she's also just casually 3 meters high, because that's the height of an Enderman. And I'm just waiting for the day I can either make this outfit or this one and actually cosplay her. I just have to figure out a way to make her tail both to be able to move, but not move that it's in the way of people walking past and stuff. I just have too many characters. And I have so many cosplay plans I want to do. Oh yeah, let's see. Is it no, it's not in this way. Here is technically like the original outfit. Yes, my friend has cosplay Ash from Overwatch and she does it well. But these are her tattoos that I'm going to paint on my character. And will paint on myself when cosplaying her. Until I get the tattoos. Because at least these 2 tattoos I will get when I have the money for it. you can play Stardew Valley. But here's a better, not so pixelated version of it. This moon is supposed to have 2 wolves by it. And then I just didn't finish drawing it. Because I want to cosplay several characters from Dead by Daylight currently as my next cosplay after drawing, or after the one I'm going to have for this year's, at least one of the cosplay cons things I'm going to. Even though I got the wrong wig and I didn't get the actual outfit I wanted. Yes, make the biggest potato farm that you can. That is the only way, Sharky. Because then my character's also going through this transition. Yeah. No worries. Have a good rest of your day. Oh yeah, there's this pretty lady. I forgot that was in this file. How I did this? It's a very good question. I was just drawing, and technically, like, the sketch lining is still there. I just started shading it, because I wanted to see how it looked. And I also don't know who this is. It's just there's possible tiefling. Possible. Possible. Even though I already have so many D&D characters that I still need to finish their story and design. Where's that one drawing? Wait, there it is. Bird. Just bird. We love bird. Just small details. And way too many layers. It will be so exciting to play as this character in D&D. Just a plague doctor Kenku that doesn't know what they're doing. But I think I'm also just gonna end stream there because my back and neck is hurting bad. They're hurting more than my wrist is currently hurting, and that's been hurting all day. And we will do the loveliest thing of reading the person that the spider is for, which is love. Let's see. Let's make sure. Yeah. So we'll go over and rate him and keeping a menace to him. And I will thank everyone for the follows once again. And is it not accepting your username harder? Oh, it's one more A. God damn it. There we go. And we'll see if I have the energy to also stream tomorrow. Because luckily, I don't work late shifts much this week, so I can stream pretty much all week. And with that, I will say good night and hope everyone has a good rest of their day or night.